Praise God. God bless you. Thank you for tuning into Adore Ministries. I am Chanel, and you're about to have a nurtured by nature moment. I'm in a relaxed state. I've been really, really working hard and pressing hard and pushing hard, and to get all of my my ministry down, and to get balance in myself and my home and my kids and my ministry. And so God has given me balance, and I'm able to relax a little bit more, and not feel so pressured that I got to do. And my book is done, and so I'm getting ready to release that on Friday. So y'all be ready for that. I'm also going to give you a small little excerpt from the book, so you know what you're looking for, and see how God is going to use this as a powerful tool for you as a woman. Listen, sometimes as a woman, we have so many broken places, and I think one thing that we do as women is we learn to exist. We adapt to everything, but we don't ever take time to deal with us, to deal with our issues, to deal with the fact that we're women. We have children, we have husbands, we have careers, we have ministries. But outside of that, what do you do? How do you maintain yourself as a woman? One thing that we don't have in life is balance. Now, we can adapt to pretty much any environment that God put us in, but we have got to learn that we don't have to just adapt to anything, whether it be a person, a situation, or circumstances that we have to deal with in life. We have to learn how to let things, we don't dictate the things, but things dictate to us. That we are in control of how things go in our life. And what I mean by that is, can we control situations? No. But how we deal with it, yes. And so this is going to be a good book to help show you how to deal with the transitions in life, because I think one of the biggest problems that women don't understand is we have a lot of transitions in life that we have to go through from a small child until we're grown. And we're in our, way into our late 70s and 80s. We're still coming into a different place in our life. And a lot of times we haven't been taught that. And this book is going to really deal with the different stages in life from an infant to now. So I'm going to give you a little excerpt of that. And I just want to let you know that you're effective. Don't take yourself and shape yourself around somebody else's image. No, I don't have a college degree. I don't. But I spent so much time in college, in high school, and in junior high, that by the time I got to go to college, I had, probably had 7 years under my belt. I don't talk about that. A lot of people wouldn't know. I was chosen to go to Michigan State for the math and science program because I was a genius in math. And, I was doing college problems with no problem in the 9th grade. I've been to almost every college in Michigan doing different studies, and I had to go, and I was chosen in all these different enrichment programs and pre-college component classes and stuff in junior high. Started in junior high. So there's a lot of things that, people don't know about me, and I have a lot of accomplishments from plays and all that, but I don't discuss that because that's not what makes me. But a lot of times in your brokenness, for a long time, I was struggling with that because I did not, get a chance to go to college due to having children, and I got sick. And so that kind of, slowed my pace down. But what happened, the enemy began to beat me with that because I didn't understand the wholeness of my existence. So broken places inside of the woman will begin to manifest in different areas of your life. And I want to give you some wholeness in your life. I want to give you a chance to understand the woman that you are. Until you understand the woman that you are, you'll never be a whole woman. Let me say that again. Until you understand the woman that God created you, you'll never be a whole woman. Eve was seduced because she didn't know who she was. He offered her something that she already had, but she just didn't have darkness. And so a lot of times the enemy tries to do the same thing to us. He tries to offer us a false sense of something to make us feel, and we begin to feel like, oh, I've been cheated, oh, I ain't nothing, or I ain't. But God said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the workmanship of Christ, and he wants you to know who you are. So let's look at this little quick excerpt that we're going to get out. It says, God made women to be nurturers. When a female child is born into this world, she is warring with the woman on the inside. Now, this may not be something that you would know is happening, but nonetheless, when an infant is about 3 to 4 months old, you begin to see their personality start to arise. You are getting a chance and a glimpse of the woman that's inside and now in her infant stage. She is there, but the infant cannot express it yet. That is why most little girls like to cuddle. They press their face upon your face because of the intimate nature of a woman. As I previously mentioned, that is why at the age of 1 to 2, they cuddle their baby doll. The nurturing side is cuddling the little doll and saying, Mommy, this is my baby. Now, you have no idea that once again, this is another piece of the woman on the inside of this infant showing its face. Therefore, it's important for you to hear her refer to her baby doll as baby. Then we redirect her thought process and say, no, sweetheart, you are the baby and this is your friend. Therefore, you have to shift her focus or she will lock in her mind having a baby. So one reason that we are losing our daughters is because we are not aware of the woman that is already inside of her and do not redirect the behavior that we see. Okay, guys, that was a small little excerpt just talking about the woman on the inside and how it starts when we're infants and grows up in us. And that's why we are misdirected, because there's a lot of things in us that we didn't understand and know that we have to be nurtured all the way through. And I didn't learn that, too much either. My mother taught me the best way that she could. And I appreciate that because I can pull off of what she says. And, I love to sit and talk about the Lord with my mother because she teaches me so much. She is so wise and the Lord ministers to her. I thank God for my inheritance, even my cousins and my aunts. I see the wisdom and my uncles that are in them. And I thank God for my spiritual inheritance. I'm third generation preacher. So it's really a blessing to me and for the inheritance and the way that they have paid for us. And I want to do the same for my children and my daughter I may have one day, and also, teach you how to do the same for you. You're all my spiritual daughters in the Lord. And I want you to understand that we all are priceless to God. You are very important to God. And there's a woman inside of you that is beautiful. She's glorious and she's whole. Like I mentioned yesterday, I'm in a place in my life where I'm whole. I'm so whole in my existence that, for me, I have to say that when she's beautiful to me. Now the person that I see in the mirror, even though I don't recognize her all the time because she's, she is so vibrant and she's so happy and she's so excited. The biggest thing is whole. And I think a lot of women don't understand the wholeness and the peace. When I first started experiencing peace, y'all, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I didn't know how to receive it because I had peace within myself. I had peace inside of around my environment. So that's who I became, as a peaceful person that was whole, going through the healing process, going through deliverance process. And that is what God is calling for us to do as women, to stop our world and become the women that God has called us to be, not covered in pain. I just said this today on my one of my Facebook pages. I was saying that, I refuse to be dressed in the clothes of my past, because now I'm standing in my future. And it has now come to pass. So I'm wearing what I was supposed to wear at this point in time, instead of walking out with a code of condemnation, or I was this, that, and the other, and this, they called me that. I don't care about that. When you get to a certain point in your life, and you become whole in yourself, you wear the garment of glory, and it's what, brings that essence of the woman that you are. So I pray that you guys are being made whole. I pray that you are ready to read this book. You know how I do things. I make my announcements and everything, and then you'll see it. So I pray that you do go get your empowering tools. They are up today. We are dealing with healing and deliverance, the whole process of it. Also dealing with, how can I say it? We're dealing with maintaining your deliverance. Listen, you can go get delivered, get spirit cast off. But if you don't deal with the open door, it'll come right back. You'll keep having recurring episodes over and over, dealing with familiar spirits coming back at the same time. So that's something that you're going to really have to deal with. And then how do I maintain and be free? Because like I said, they will come back around the same time. That's why I say people that might have been get depressed during the winter time, and that spirit just keeps coming back over and over, and you freak all year long until it's winter time. That's a spirit. You have to deal with that, because what it's doing is you get delivered, and then it comes back to see if it's got a home, to reside. So just take the time and, pick up those tools, because you're really going to want them going into the next level, the next dimension, because, we have to, and I mean, we really, really, really have to get girded up. My last little thing is just, I want to give a nurture by nature moment for women with children. As I was sitting here and today I did a post, and it may seem a little serious, but it is serious, because the spirit of war is trying to rise up in our nation, not just naturally, but spiritually. There's a war that's coming up. But the one thing that I do want you to understand is you got to war for the mind of your children. There was a lot of music that's demonically based, and the enemy's so crafty. A lot of times we don't even realize it. We're just nodding our head, and this is going in our spirits, and you don't really know what you're intaking. But I put this in my book as well. And it's also in my book, Unbalanced, that I'll be releasing after not too long from here. I'm not sure when, so y'all just keep your eyes out for that one. But I talk about you have to war for the mind of your children. You have to be able to put your DNA in your children, because if you don't, when you get to a certain point, either what you put them in is going to win out, or what's been going into their ear gates will win out. My kids, be like, "Oh, mommy, you this, that. You won't let us listen to this, and you won't let." You're right. You're right. Because what I understand is, you have a few seconds, 10 to 20 seconds, to either reject or accept a thought, and then it comes in. Your mind is acceptable, and there's a lot of foolishness out here now that I do not see as acceptable. So I'll be, "What's under your? What you listening to?" I'll go right in there in a minute and pull my son's headphones and say, "What you listening to? What is that? Is it demonic? Let me hear." Because I want to know what's going in his spirit. Because what I don't get a hold of and know what's going in, I can't kill. And its voice will become louder than mine. Never let music, TV, or other people voice become louder than yours, because that's the voice that'll win out. God gave you those children. He gave you the tools to renew their mind. A lot of them aren't old enough to know how to renew their mind, so you have to help renew their mind for them. My mother used to say she kept me sanctified by the switch. I believe her. I just want you to take some time, war for the mind of your children. Don't just let them sit up and listen to stuff. Jay-Z, he can't be up in here. I can't do, no Jay-Z. And I don't know half of the people out here now, but I'm warring for the mind of my children. I know that whatsoever a man thinks in the heart of his mind, that is what he becomes. And I refuse to let my children become what they hear if it didn't come from my mouth. Okay, guys, you guys get ready. You enjoy your Wednesday. I am going to relax today. Yes, I am going to relax. I was given instructions to think of some things and meditate on some things that will just give me just relaxation and peace. So I'm going to do that today, because I have been working hard and, making myself be balanced. I keep telling people I'm getting ready for the husband, because I'm telling you, a certain time I'm shutting it down. So I'm just getting prepared, and I'm doing what God has called me to do and to be successful. So you all get yourselves ready to get this book. Go get your empowering tools. Adaptable Woman is coming at you Friday. All right, guys. Bye-bye.